So here's what I mean by the 3-minute rule. Obviously, you have the tripod, right? You can move it, right, left and right, and just like a regular camera, it has a zoom. But you zoom in with your fingers like a pinch. Gonna go, right? And Kim's gonna be over there checking the audio and everything of the streams. And so she'll let you know if, like, you know, if it sounds good or bad, you should get closer and whatever, right? So this is an angle right now, right?
And we don't have it, just let us know.
So what you want to do is, since the main part of the competition is going on over here, you want to get closer over there, right? You want to get like right behind Toombs, like you would get right here.
It was and then what was the other part?
Which person? On YouTube. Okay, you obviously don't have it, so.
Right.
Yeah, but to the minority.
So this is the angle, right?
Yeah.
This is them going on. So the goal is every 3 minutes you have to switch angles.
Yeah, and by the way,
so right now you're
here.
You can be here for the next 3 minutes. You can tell kind of in the time how you're doing on time.
Yeah.
After 3 minutes, you need to switch.
Yeah, because he's responding to the question.
It's kind of like
we've always
we've
always been in charge.
You see from a bunch of different angles, right? It's really boring if you watch a movie from one angle.
Change the
other kind of the same dynamic. We don't want the viewer just to look at one thing and just hear the conversation. We want to get different vantage points. Like, don't be afraid to like put your camera right there. And then just point it at
in this room, you the minority.
And I'll help you get more comfortable with that as we go forward. I'll let you know. I'll be like, hey, time to switch. Just switch over there.
No, not the
eventually, as you get more comfortable, you'll find out, oh, I should probably do that angle on your own. You know what I mean?
What? In this classroom,
so check the live stream, bro. Make sure everything's straight. After 3 minutes, go ahead and move. All right?
You're the minority.
So do that right now. I'm gonna do this.
In this classroom, you're the minority. Okay, so then the instigator says what? That's when the instigator could say something about that's why they want to shoot you or something. What was that y'all saying earlier?
That's why nobody cares when cops shoot you or your.
Yeah. Put that there.
If I can type for maybe 2 seconds.
No, that's why when cops shoot you, nobody cares.
That's
why when cops shoot you, nobody cares. Now there, you put a note. You put a note that we do a zoom in on the faces. You do a zoom in on the DACA and the BLM kid, do a zoom in on their faces, and they have a look like if they had a weapon, they would use it.
Yeah, I'm like, because I mean, when he says you want those to be like short and sweet.
Okay. So you zoom in on the faces, and then the expression is if you had a weapon, you'd use it. That's the look on their faces.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now at this point, a clip of Trump inciting violence. That's when the TV goes to the white noise again. And then you hear, now y'all need to capture this exactly the way I say it. You hear him saying that clip about remember that clip that we had that had something about if you were...
Oh, like at the campaign rally?
Yeah, and he said something about hitting them in the face or something like that.
Oh, yeah, like, oh, just punch him in the face.
Why don't somebody, I'll play for the legal fees. We need that clip of Trump inciting audience to hit somebody. Yes.
Who is in charge of the clips?
That group that was back here.
My group.
Oh, okay, because I want to send her something.
Give it to Dar.
Yep.
Send it to Dar. And make sure to put a note on there that explains what it's for, what it should be used for.
Yeah, I'll write my email address on there.
Aaliyah, she had a clip. I don't know if we put it on here or not, but it was like with him talking, but it was showing video like clips.
Yeah, it was that one. That's the one we put.
Yeah.
Is this it?
Yeah, but it showed clips from like black and white clips.
Turn it up.
Mr. Trump, there may be somebody with tomatoes in the audience. So if you see somebody getting ready to
Oh, it's right here.
No, that's not it.
It's right here.
That's my email address, plus@gmail.com.
Okay.
Seeing all the stuff there.
just knock the hell.
That
I promise you, I will pay for the
That one?
legal fees.
the one you saying knock the hell out.
Yeah, beat them up,
We
basically.
need that, and then we need this scene of the people getting drug out,
I mean it
and
has.
they're hitting them and pushing.
I mean it has the audio.
Yeah.
Is the HDMI cable?
For the computer.
Yeah.
It's probably in that orange thing.
No, it's not in there.
I don't know who broke it down.
This one already has like the picture.
Did you look in here, Dora?
Yeah.
In this?
This doesn't happen because they used to take them.
Oh, I made his voice. But yeah, it's already. Have you seen his kids though? Like,
So, are y'all in agreement yet?
well, oh yeah, they like show pictures of something. I'm like,
Well, forget the kids then. Kick them to the curb.
Where are we?
well, we have the clip that we need for that part. And then we're at where the doctor kid says, well, ICE targets us.
Oh, it's already in the, oh, that's already in
Yeah.
there.
Okay, so back up. Where do we leave off?
The clip, the highlighted one.
Poor Dr. Kid.
Okay, and see, that again is a little choppy, like there's no connection between these, so that something needs to happen between.
So are we cool up here?
So we could
Yeah.
probably.
What's all this up here?
That was talking about the clip value.
So here, so yeah, so this is squared off because we have those DACA responses, and then this is just like additional information on what that clip is going to contain. And then over here,
Hold on just a minute. Hold on just a minute. Did y'all find that cable?
Dar's still looking for it.
Okay. Do we know who broke it down last time?
It wasn't in there last time.
He gave us one because the other one broke. Remember?
Did you guys check? Isn't that in the Mac Mini case? Or in your case?
I don't know that he looked at it.
I thought I saw him.
Yeah, it's looking next to the monitor. TV just started.
Any chance it might be one of these cases?
Yeah, there's always a chance. Bear with us a minute, y'all. We're trying to get.
They're trying to get all the action.
It has an N on both ends. That's what I'm saying.
Have we checked the closet?
I don't know if they did.
I didn't even know there's just another Band-Aid on the face.
Okay, let's see. That's why
Yeah, so what else could we put before this DACA kid response? Because do you guys see what I mean? Like it just looks a little bit choppy, you know? It's not.
Yeah, well, because we changed the top, so.
So so does it flow now?
Up to here.
It
yes.
does.
But then once we get to these lines,
Uh-huh.
it's a little
Okay, so
choppy.
we left off with the Black Lives Matter DACA what? in the classroom, you're the minority instigator. That's why when cops shoot you, when cops shoot your people, nobody cares. Zoom in on the faces. Expression would be,
I'd kill you now if I could.
no.
Like his face is
Yeah.
showing that.
Like that, like
Yeah,
that
that's his
anger and
Okay.
hatred. Okay.
So then you go down, you show a clip inciting violence, and in that, see, these notes, these footnotes are important because otherwise you're not giving them direction on what to look for. Under that line where it says Trump inciting violence, you need to make a footnote. We need his voice
We already have this
on that clip.
His
Where
voice
you
is
have
al-
it?
His voice is already on it.
right there.
Okay, but I'm
okay,
saying
sure.
this is the description to the art department. You need to have his voice telling them to, because see, that's a long clip. We don't want the whole clip. We just want a section of it. His voice telling them to knock the hell out of it. That's what we want them to capture. Then we need to show a picture of the people being hit, punched, and pulled out of the auditorium. That's the image we're looking for. So we're going to be taking two different clips. We'll take the audio from one portion of the clip and then laying that over the top of the video from another portion of the clip.
This one already has the audio.
But it has him actually up front saying this.
No, it has.
It doesn't. It just says that.
It's just that, and then it goes on to this.
Okay, let's hear it. Okay, that's cool. So just put a little note that says, don't use his image, just use his voice in the clip. That section of the
Do you
clip.
want me to like find the section where it talks about that?
No, that's cool. We'll have them edit that part.
Okay.
And so that's a really good piece right there.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
How are we gonna present this white noise?
The white noise is going to be, they walk into the class, when they walk into the classroom, there's a podium up front.
Right.
The head of the podium is a television screen. When it says white noise, that's the
But like, what's gonna? Are we
They
gonna
gotta put somewhere else up.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a TV monitor.
Oh,
So it's a TV monitor sitting there, and when we say white noise, then it goes like that. Then all of a sudden it focuses on a clip, and then the clip starts running, and then when it's done with the clip, then it goes back to white noise, and then that fades out, and then you hear them interacting again. So the noises are always there. It only pops up when a comment like that one about that's why when they shoot you, nobody cares. That's when the white noise kicks in. That's when the clip starts rolling. Then it goes back to them talking again. White noise fades out.
It like makes people focus
But she's like,
On the front of the room again, and on the monitor, which is the power. The power is the media and how it's being used to be divisive, create divisiveness between the races.
People that make their TV
Yeah.
so like, the clip just randomly plays and like nobody says anything.
So when the TV does
So
that,
like it just cuts on and nobody says anything. They just keep on talking about what they're talking about.
the impression that we want to give, do me a favor, could you pull that door up? I pulled that door up about 20 times, and I think people just keeps coming in, leaving the door open. Rephrase your question again, I'm sorry.
Like the white noise and the clip just plays and then white noise again. Like
So what we're trying to create is a subtle impression, as if the monitor, which we're referring to as the power, is sort of like the instructor. So instead of there being an actual instructor at the front of the class, you have this monitor and this podium. The podium has a monitor as a head. Does that make sense?
That's gonna be like the overarching metaphor of the film that represents the power, right? So like remember when the president always speaks, he speaks from behind the podium, right? So that podium represents that power. And the TV is the media, right? Everything that we ingest as consumers, right?
So it's kind of like this.
Are you asking like if they're gonna?
Kind of like this. This is how we want it to look.
So she's asking like, are they gonna say something based off that clip, or are they just gonna like keep talking about?
No, they're going to continue to act as if the only thing that's happening in the room
I like the
is them.
So that's like.
The monitor's more for our benefit as the viewer.
Okay.
So it's not like the monitor actually exists or is even coming on and off. It happens during their discussions, and it begins to feed the consumer with the idea that we're being programmed this way. We're being programmed by the things that are being said. We're being programmed by the things that we're being shown. And then in that classroom, that interaction that's taking place is their reaction to all the things that we're hearing and seeing all day. So the things they're saying to each other are responses to comments and things that they're seeing and hearing all day long, every day, on television and in the media.
So they are responding?
They're not responding to this, literally. They're reacting to that overwhelming amount of information that's being given to us every day as consumers.
Okay. So it's like in their background, so they're not really...
It's as if they're never even stopping in their argument. Their argument is going, but it's like when that thing kicks in,
the phone is on 50%.
Let me get you a charger.
The attention is shifted.
The last one, which is the person wearing the glasses, the last one's attention goes to the screen when you hear the shh. So you don't know what these people in the room are doing anymore at that point, because as consumers, we're watching the videos and hearing the media as we do every day. Then as soon as it does its thing, then we come back, and as if the argument never even stopped, it just continues on until another topic or comment's made that then takes the viewer's attention back to the power again. You see what I'm saying? Now I know this is subliminal, and it's kind of, you ever heard of a concept of a subliminal message? You heard it before? What does it mean?
It's pretty much just like really small things that will show that it's trying to push this one part.
Have you heard of a subliminal message? So like, did you know that when you go to grocery stores that they're playing subliminal messages? You didn't know that? Okay. Did you know when you look at ads in newspapers and magazines and television, they're playing subliminal messages? You didn't know that? Okay. So, sometimes in ads that they run in magazines, they know that people like danger. So when they sell you alcohol, they'll have you a glass of booze, and then you'll see it pouring into the glass, and the ice cubes all look perfect and everything. But sometimes if you look at them really closely, there's a skull and crossbones inside the glass, inside the ice cubes. Sometimes in stores, when you're going through shopping, underneath the music that's playing, they're saying things like buy, this, that kind of thing. It's a subliminal message. It's the message that's going on underneath what you actually hear. That's how they manipulate your conscious. You looking up subliminal message?
Yeah.
Which one are you looking at?
It looks like it says Duke Douglas.
I'll let you.
Wait, hold on. Is that?
Let me get somebody back that can bring up. I want you to see what I'm talking about, because it's really important to understand these kind of things is part of our culture. This is something that they actually use on us in our society, is subliminal message.
That's a dollar.
Yeah. See, show that. Can y'all see this?
Oh.
So the lettuce looks like lettuce when you just look at it, but if you notice closely, that lettuce is a dollar bill. Can you see it?
No, just okay. I have an optical question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume here. I assume that you've seen the news and you've seen all the people who have sexually assaulted younger people aren't like they lost their jobs.
Right.
So is nothing gonna happen to 45? Like
To this president?
Yeah.
Well, you bring up a very good point. All the sexual abuse is going on and how it's being manifesting within our society and how they've been reacting to everyone. But then the question you ask is anything going to happen to the president as a result of it? Right? What's the name of our film? Nope. Complacency. That's the state in which we're in. When you become complacent, bad things happen. That's where we are. We're at this place, at this crossroad, where we're sitting back and we're watching. Look at this. They went into a meeting. This whole comment about shitholes, Remember that? Okay, it was 7 Congress people in that meeting with him. 7. And 2 of them, one of them came out, which it was only 1 Democrat in a room full of Republicans. Okay? And so, as soon as they came out, the Democrat said, he said this. One of the Republicans said, he said this. 2 of them, some of them didn't say anything, and 2 of them said, I'm not sure. The very next day, the 2 that said, I'm not sure, said, I never heard him say it. You see what I'm saying? This is what's happening right now. So not only is he lying, now the people who are around him are beginning to lie as much as he does. So basically, a person who everyone has trusted up to this point, now they're looking at sideways because the person who they've already identified as a liar is saying that now he's lying. And instead of everybody calling him on it, they're saying, well, maybe he is. So as long as he can continue to play that game, as long as we continue to be complacent and allow that to occur, the more power we give him over the destiny of our democracy. Scary. So why are we doing this? When you forget that, they got you. When you start questioning why you're doing what you're doing, why you're standing up for the things you believe in, when you start questioning that, they got you. All you have to remember is, why am I doing this? Because it's the right thing to do. That'll keep you, that's your monitor, that's the thing that's going to keep you on track, that's what's going to help you cut through all the muck and wire. Because at the end of the day, if we can get more and more voices to take that responsibility, then the chances are a few who are out there on the fence who are not sure or not certain, they will eventually fall on the right side. And the numbers are going down every day, but they still have a lot of them. As long as they're holding both houses and the presidency, they got a lot of power. Let's get back on track. But y'all understand the concept of subliminal message? So what we're doing with the power up front is we're sending a subliminal message. It's the message that is being sent to us every day. And what we're trying to do is differentiate between what it is they're saying and what is actually happening. So when you're saying up front, well, you know, we're trying to make things better and we're trying to make sure that we do this by taking care of us first. And then on the other hand, what's happening is they're pushing people around, hitting them in the face, dragging them across the floor, that kind of stuff. We're showing the behavior versus what's being said. And the tone in which is being said versus the behavior they're exhibiting in reality. That monitor up front is the thing you see every day and the thing you hear every day. The behavior that's taking place and unfolding in that classroom is the interactions that we're having with each other out there in the world and in that video. What we want the viewer to see is the difference between the truth and the fact.
But it says it's been an hour, and it was only on like 15 minutes.
We need Trump's voice telling them to lie the hell out of them. We need images of the people being banged down DACA kid. Well, ICE targets us and rips us away from our family. Y'all chose to leave. Y'all chose to leave. So we need something before that that is the BLM kid saying something.
Well, see, I don't know, but like for me, like it almost seems like these two.
It should be switched.
Yeah, because it feels like these two individuals are fighting against each other, whereas up here they're supporting each other.
Yeah, and
like
up
they're
until
trying to fight the instigator.
Up until this point, they have been supporting each other, so we haven't even started the fight between them yet. Yeah. The instigator probably should say, "You both."
Yeah, I think we could probably do away without these two, then he could say something, you know, like maybe the DACA kid wants to stand up for the kid and just like some physical motion, like, hey, I'm going to come at you or something. And
so the instigator says, you're both garbage, go back to your own countries.
Yeah, like he's trying to get rid of.
Trump inciting. I think that one should be, okay, what, that's why when cops shoot,
That could actually replace.
huh?
That could replace the that's when cops shoot you.
Yeah,
Where people nobody cares.
that could just be the segue into
We
police
always
brutality.
been in charge, okay, then what? In this classroom, you're the minority. And then he looks at him and says, that's why cops always,
That's why when cops shoot at you or shoot you people, nobody
yeah,
cares.
so go ahead and, don't get rid of this yet, but let's trade it. Let's put this one there. Just slide that one in there.
So like that almost, or
That's why when, let's see. You both, cause he says, we've always been in charge. You just handle, okay? But in this classroom, you're the minority. You both are garbage. Go back to your own countries. Okay? So we need a statement now from one of them. One or both.
Oh, so it would probably be best to have one from the BLM student.
Uh-huh.
Because in that way, that's a segue into the police brutality.
if I'm so garbage, why did you bring me here?
Let's see, every,
Maybe like, whoa.
no, I think this is where you say, this is my own country. I was born here.
That's kind of funny. But you almost hit her. She was just like... I forgot to plug that in, bro. That was my bad. Or like turn it on. So we just need to do just a couple quick questions, bro.
About what?
About being part of the writing department.
Okay.
Yeah, just questions. Just give me a second. I'll do the interview for this time. I'm gonna have Fernando just move the camera. You guys both in the shot, man?
Yeah.
Look good? Let me just close that.
Say hi to the audience. We have 1 viewers.
Alright, you ready, Joseph? Are you ready, man? So kind of like walk us through what's going on right now, like as part of like what you guys are doing right now.
Alright, so right now we're still like coming up with the story, what we want to happen first, who we want to like, I guess, start an argument with, and yeah, we're just coming up with the story and kind of the script as well at the same time.
Okay, and so which out of all the subjects you guys are talking about, which subject are you most interested in?
I'm mostly interested in DACA because I feel like it has more to do with my family, and yeah, I have like close family that has to do with.
Okay. So how do you feel about being a writer this year?
Well, honestly, this is my first year being a writer because before I've been in reality or also an actor. So it's just really a big change, I guess. We still have to brainstorm ideas and make sure everyone agrees with what we're talking about.
Okay. So was there any particular instance of any like news recently of things going on that inspired you to pick, like you said, DACA, or was it just more of a personal connection?
I guess it was a little bit of both, except it wasn't really recent, but like I guess it was, but like how they decided to end DACA, and yeah, just that impacted a lot of people and people I know.
Okay. So last question. So what message do you hope to get the audience to understand with this film?
Well, I hope the audience just kind of views, like has the same view as I do for like the whole video. They understand the concept of the video, which is to like step up for everyone before it affects them as well, not just leave it to like the last moment.
To not be complacent.
Yeah, to not be complacent.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you talking to us, man. I'll let you get back to work. Alright, man, so we go back inside, get another angle, we'll wait a few minutes, and then we'll try to finesse another rider, alright?
So that could go in front, like.
This isn't your home if you're not welcome? Okay, go ahead.
If this is your home, why aren't you welcome, or something like that.
This isn't your home if you're not welcome.
And you wonder why cops are still shooting.
No. Don't take that out yet, though. This isn't your home if you're not welcome. That's why cops shoot you.
That's why no one cares when cops shoot.
Huh?
It
Well,
doesn't just feel like it.
Like, I feel like if we need to work more on this line, because I feel like this is what builds on to this retaliation. You know, and I don't feel like this has got that punch, so to speak, that makes the instigator say, well, this is why, you know, people shoot you and nobody cares. Like, I feel like there's an element missing, you know, like.
My people were brought here against their will or whatever, but we still.
And we fought for our rights or something like
but
that,
we still made this country. Even though we didn't want to be here, we still. Or something like that.
Well, you gotta have the statement that everybody knows you're lazy and don't want to work, or something to that effect.
Who's that directed? Is that?
That would be directed to the directed to the BLM kid. At that point, that's when the DACA kid and the instigator could both say something like, yeah, which could then cause the rift between the BLM kid and the DACA kid.
Yeah.
So he says, this is my country, my people helped build it. Then the instigator says, this isn't your home. That's why when cops shoot you, don't nobody care. I'm still trying to get back to that point about, oh, everybody knows you don't want to work anyway. That can't be true. Because everybody knows you're all lazy.
But that sounds like something they direct more towards immigrants, like.
No, they direct that towards black men. Yeah. The immigrants are all, they all have AIDS and they're,
Whoa, I think.
No, that's what they said. They all have AIDS and they
yeah, drug dealers and rapists.
Oh yeah, drug dealers and rapists.
Yeah.
So we have to decide what we want to say here.
I think the
Because-
lazy would work a lot better.
Say again?
I think saying everybody knows you don't want to work anyway.
Yeah.
Would work a lot better.
Everybody knows that's not true because you're all lazy. You don't want to work anyway. Is that it?
Yeah.
So say that right there.
No, I'm thinking about the next line already.
That's not true.
Wait, hold on.
So just say that's not true. What was it? That's not true. We all know that none of you, that you're all lazy. That you're all lazy. We all know that you're all lazy. None of you want to work anyway.
Then with the doctor kid say,
And then that's where you have a line
like the doctor kid
with the DACA kid and the instigator going, yeah, that's true. Now you got the power coming up in the midst of that, right? And in the power, DACA kid and the instigator and the instigator.
It's minusing the time, like the time is going down.
That is before the power. So the DACA kid and
I don't know why it's weird. It's fine.
That was me. My bad.
So the DACA kid, no, back up at the top, yeah, right there. The DACA kid and the instigator both say at the same time,
This kid stays worried about the time.
the DACA
Because,
kid
like,
and
it's
the
counting
instigator
down,
both
like-
say at the same time. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's live.
But don't worry about it.
Yeah, but it's
Why they say I
live.
know that's right.
Don't forget to tell the people using cameras to bring them back by that time that we put on the sheet so that there isn't
Cut them off.
Now, I think that
You
the
have 10,
instigator should
15
come right
minutes to
back
take care of it.
and say, that's why we